What's your name?
Stephen Harris.
And what's the car, Stephen?
It's a 1986 Citroen 2CV6.
And what's the 6?
600cc. They used to do, the original ones were I think it's 375cc, then the later ones were 435cc, and then they brought out the 600cc.
Right, thank you.
So you get the 2CV4, which was the original 2, because they were lower power, and you get the 2CV6, which is the 602cc engine.
Fabulous. And how long have you had it?
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought it. Well, I bought it as a wreck, and a company called Cambridge 2CV bought the car as a donor car for me, and then he restored it to my specification. Because it was a wreck, it was going to go to the scrapyard anyway, so it didn't matter what we did to it.
So, in addition to the original design of car, what have you done to make it unique to yourself?
Well, I would say the colour scheme, you would never get a two-tone colour scheme like this. They did a two-tone car, which were the dollies, which were basically a white body with red wings, green wings, or whatever. But this one, I just thought it looked good in two-tone green, so that's why I did it. Same with the interior. That's not the original interior colour, but I just thought it went with the car. Also, on the engine, it didn't modify it too much. It's got high compression pistons and rings, and it's got electronic ignition. And also on this particular one, I've had what they call forced induction fitted. On the Citroen Dianes, they used to have, and the aim is, they have forced induction system. I'll show you what it is in a minute. But they never fitted it to the 2CV, but it gives you an extra 15% power. When you've only got 29 to start off with, 15%, so it's probably about 32, 33 brake horsepower. And if I show you, so basically, because you've got a fan at the front here, right, the air intake is plumbed into the fan, so it is actually forced in under low pressure. So technically speaking, it is supercharged.
How interesting.
It's pushing it a bit, but it is. So all you have to do is you change the jet for a larger jet,
Yeah.
because it's a leaner mixture going in, and then it gives you a bit extra power, and it does give us a bit more power, noticeable more power. Other than that, it's got stainless steel heat exchangers because the other ones were rotted through, so we just fitted those. There's a company in Holland called Burton's that do all the modifications for all this sort of stuff, so you buy all the stuff from them sort of thing. But other than that, there's nothing else changed with it really, other than the electronic ignition or whatever, and the paint scheme. And the speedo's wrong as well. So this speedo is actually from the posher model.
Was there a posher model than this?
No, this is the base model. So you've only got one mirror, one visor, and I think you used to get an ashtray as well with the posher version. not a lot different sort of thing. But normally on this particular model, the speedo is actually like about 2 or 3 inches square. And I thought, well, I'm getting to the age now, and the eyesight's not as good as it used to be. I want to see what I'm doing.
So this is a different fabric.
Yeah,
this
is my choice. Again, this is my choice. Yeah. Because the car originally was blue.
Right. And you've changed the fabric on the sunroof as well.
Yes, that's right. Come out here, it'll be easier for me. Yeah, the company that do these roofs, which I'll do a bit of plugging here, which is Matt Soft Tops. He does the original one, which is like a vinyl material, and on those you have to retreat them every year to waterproof them, like an umbrella. But he does what he calls a deluxe roof, which is what this is, which is the same materials they use on Mercedes and Jaguar convertibles. So this is a much better quality, but it's got a membrane in the middle, so you don't have to keep re-waterproofing it every year.
And this is for holding this?
Yeah. Voila. And people do this, if you drive it with going along, the windows will stay about there. In fact, actually, you can't shut the windows when you're driving. You have to stop. But then they do a modification where you can do that.
Oh.
That clip, I can't do it with the door.
Yeah.
But that clips into the bit there, and it will hold the window open ajar to let more air through. Well, it was designed, but basically as to replace the cart horse on a French farm. Hence the reason, the old story that the suspension had to cope with a basket of eggs going across the ploughed field.
Yeah.
Hence the reason it does.
It does indeed, doesn't it? She's gorgeous. Absolutely. So have you taken her to France?
No, not
Take her to France?
I don't know really.
How far have you taken her? What sort of distance were you comfortable with? I mean,
The furthest I've done was from my house to Bewley, which is about 100 miles.
okay,
Today I've done, because I come from Milton Keynes, Bletchley, Milton Keynes, so I've done 60 odd miles today in it.
no problem.
No problem. Because maximum power is at 5,750 RPM on these, so you can rev them. They are designed. They will run. She will do 70 miles an hour. She will run 70 miles an hour all day. They're designed to, because technically speaking, they are air cooled, but actually they're not. They're oil cooled. They've got an oil cooler behind the fan, and actually the valve seats and pockets have got pockets of oil around them, so the valve seats are actually cooled by the oil. That's the reason they can run flat out. They were designed to.
Do these lights move?
Yes.
How? And why?
I won't do it because it's got MOT coming up, but there's a knob down here. There's a knob there, and you can screw it, and the headlights, the whole bar does that. Because you've got some suspension, if you load it up at the back, yeah. So yes, the whole bar actually just pivots, which works. It's crude, but it works.
That's the job.